to this tutorial, you know what it's about. So today we are going to do this. Alright, let's do it. We will be making a road. Here you have a grid road. You can have a very large texture image, right, to use as a road. You can have normal road, dirt road here. So that's your choice. It's always the very same technique. Let's start with the grid. So, new composite shot, call it grid. And here I will put 8000 long. Okay. New layer, new plane, name doesn't matter. 8000 has to be black, and then okay. And there I will put my grid effects. And voila, and now I can start creating my grid how I want it. It can be something like this, you know, you do what you want. I will go with the square thing, so like this, I think, yeah. I will make it, I will make it a little bigger because I will need to move it down or up, because I have to make sure here it will be placed like something like halfway. Doesn't need to be precisely halfway, but and here also, so I can recreate a square by putting them together later. So technically, here's the grid. Now let's start with a new composite shot to create our roads. I will call it 0001, so road 0, scene 1, that's for later. Here I will put 5 seconds. I will go back to 1080. Okay. And I take my grid here. I make it 3D. And I will move it this way, right? 90 degrees. So here, 90 degrees. And then I can choose an angle that I like. So it can be something like this, but I will go for something more like this. And then I need to place my grid so that the ending of my grid here is here down to the bottom. So let's move the whole up, zoom in, and make sure it really is in the beginning. Here we go. So now I have my grid. Now I will place my grid, and I will take the camera with it. So I will attach the new camera to the grid, and here I will put this on 0, so it's in the center. Now I will have to move, I can detach this. Now I will have to move my grid. So I won't be moving the camera, I will make the grid move like this, right? But I need to know what distance. So Ctrl D the grid, duplicate, and then go put this all the way up. And you will have to recreate as much as you can the square here. So I zoom in here. That's a little bit, it's a one-time thing to do, but let's say that's okay. So the distance is the distance between those 2 points. So yes, the numbers that you will see now in this project will be different in your project, because the grid you created is not the same as mine, and there will be little differences. But the technique, the way to calculate is exactly the same, right? So since the grid 1 is at 0, here I have the distance. I will have to move my first scene. Right, so I take my first scene. I take my first scene, transform, position here is 0, and then I go all the way there, and I copy this, I will paste it here, but I will remove this. Here we go. So it goes just at the end. So that's exactly what we need. So now that I know the distance, I don't need the second grid anymore. And that's my first scene, and my first scene is moving. Alright, now this was road 00, scene 1. So I will be creating a second scene and a third scene, and they will go into a new composite shot that's called road 00. Five seconds, blah blah. Alright. So what will happen? Is that scenes that we will create are going to be put into road. So scene into road, and then road onto the editor for the final touch. So scene 2. Now it's just the same as scene 1, but it's supposed to be the road that's coming behind it, right? So how will I do that? I will take the camera. So the camera has a distance of this. So I will take this first. Plus, and here I will take the distance from the road. And that's the new distance of the camera. I go back up here and I put it there. So now it is the road that's behind the first road, and that stops just here. To check it out, I go to my road and add the second scene. Here we go. How nice is that? Now the horizon is still a little close, so what I will do is create a third scene. I duplicate the second scene, not the first scene, because of the distance we have to calculate. So Ctrl D, F2, number 3, double click on it. And here we go with the camera and the position, and here now I just have to plus it again, so add the distance from the camera again, and that's the new distance of the camera. Yep. I can go to my road and add it again. I'm curious to see in the editor if road 0 is okay. So if I press play, you will see here at the end, pops. See, it's popping up because it's restarting. I will add one more scene at the end to make it very, very far. And for that I will duplicate number 3, Ctrl D, You can stop with 3, I like to stop with 4, so I'll just make the 4th one. Here, double click, camera, position is here. I got the last one and I put it here, but you see it will always be popping up at the end here. To make it a little smoother, I'm going to change the opacity here at the beginning at 0, and like 1 second later I will put it 100, so that it's more like you almost don't see it anymore. Alright, so to finish this nicely, I will put my background here, and then I will go to the grid again, and here I will add a neon glow effect on the new plane, and then I can start playing, like changing the colors, something like this. Well, that's up to you, you see what you like. And now we have our shiny endless road, endless horizon thing, going forever to nowhere. So next time we will be finishing the road, and we will be adding props and stuff like that, so see you then.